Hello everyone, welcome to Everyone's Critic. This is Spencer Fawcett, and today I'm going to be doing something that I don't normally do on the channel, but I want to start doing. I'm going to be making a list, and this list specifically is going to be going through the last decade, and I'll be selecting one movie from each decade that I consider to be the best, my favorite of each year, so let's get started. Starting off at 2010, there are three movies that I really, really loved from 2010, and it was hard to choose between them. So for my pick for 2010 is The Fighter with Mark Wahlberg and Christian Bale. It's about these two brothers who one of them is an experienced boxer, but he's retired. He's kind of out of his glory days, and he's become a crack addict. So it's about him, and he also trains the younger brother, who's a boxer kind of in his prime and kind of not. He's very unsuccessful, but he's kind of climbing up in the ranks in boxing. And, you know, he tries to do his best, and he has his help from his brother and some other trainers and his mother and his girlfriend, and I think it's a really, really great movie. The acting is incredibly strong, especially from Christian Bale. He kills it. He knocks it out of the park. He's fantastic in the movie. Wahlberg does a very good job. Amy Adams and Melissa Leo, who are always good, they're great in this movie. So yeah, it's a very, very good movie. I can recommend it to anyone. It's not like the cliched sports movie. This has a lot more depth. It really goes back and it really tells you about these characters. It's very character driven, and especially with the relationship between these two brothers, and I find it fascinating. The other two movies that I was going to choose, but The Fighter pretty much edged them out just by a little bit, was The Town, starring Ben Affleck, and The Social Network, the Facebook movie about Mark Zuckerberg. Those two are also very, very good movies. I just like The Fighter a little bit more. I think The Fighter's incredible, so that's my pick for 2010. For 2011, I'm going to be going with the comedy Bridesmaids, starring Kristen Wiig and Maya Rudolph. It's a very, very good, very funny, very intelligent comedy. It's kind of groundbreaking in a way because you haven't really seen a female ensemble cast comedy movie that was as good as this. You haven't before, and you haven't since. So it's really good and really sharp. It's got a great script, great performances, especially from Melissa McCarthy, who steals every scene she's in a smaller supporting role. Overall, it's a very, very good movie. If you like comedies, you should definitely check it out. For 2012, yet again, I have three movies that I really like, but one of them really sort of edges out the other two. So my honorable mentions for 2012 are Quentin Tarantino's Django Unchained and David O. Russell's Silver Linings Playbook. I think those are two incredible movies. They both really are influential in their respective genres. Django Unchained being a Western, and Silver Linings Playbook being sort of a romantic comedy, dramedy sort of thing, and they're both very, very good. And yeah, I could recommend those to anyone as well. But the one that I really, really like from 2012 is sort of a smaller movie. It wasn't really in the Oscar conversation. It wasn't really a box office hit. It's sort of not really an indie movie, but I think it's been seen by very few people. I can see it becoming a cult classic. It's very, very good. And that's Martin McDonagh's Seven Psychopaths. I think that movie is great. It falls right into my wheelhouse when it comes to what I want to see in a movie. Number one, it's a dark comedy, which is my favorite genre, and the cast is just flat out incredible. You got Colin Farrell, Sam Rockwell, Woody Harrelson, Christopher Walken. Those are four of my favorite actors. They're all incredible, and they're great in this movie. The writing is very sharp and witty, and it's very funny at times, and then dark at other times, and then at other times it's dark and funny. It strikes that balance very well. Just everything about this movie is fantastic in my opinion. It's a fun movie to watch. It's fun. It's funny. And it has an interesting story. Most comedy movies, the story isn't that interesting, but this is kind of interesting. It's layered. There's some surprises in it. I think it's a very, very well-rounded movie. It's great. So definitely check out Seven Psychopaths. For 2013 was one of those years with a lot of incredible movies. So for honorable mentions, I could have chosen Prisoners, Denis Villeneuve's movie, the thriller, very, very good. Martin Scorsese's The Wolf of Wall Street, which was really funny and interesting. David O. Russell's American Hustle, very, very good. Fruitvale Station, Ryan Coogler's movie, very, very good movies all around. A pretty good year for movies. But the one I chose for my pick for 2013 is another one that not a lot of people have seen, but it can become a cult classic. It's The Way, Way Back. It's a very good coming-of-age movie, a very underrated coming-of-age movie. I think everyone, especially teenagers, should see it. It's got great acting, great writing. It's a very, very good story, a very touching story. You feel things in this movie. You feel for these characters. You want to know more about them. You want to hang out with some of them. It's just a very, very good movie. I would definitely recommend you check it out, especially if you're a teenager. This is one of the best coming-of-age movies in recent memory, and I just think everyone should check it out. So that's my pick for 2013. For 2014, I'm going with Damien Chazelle's Whiplash. Incredible movie about determination and the price of success and how far talent gets you and how far determination gets you. It's an incredible portrait of that. It's got a great script, very compelling. The acting is incredible. Most notably, J.K. Simmons, who owns this movie. This is his movie. He's phenomenal in it. He steals every scene. He just commands the screen in this movie. He's fantastic. Everything about this movie is great. You should definitely see it. It's an amazing movie. 2015, it was a toss-up for me between Room and Hateful Eight. While I enjoy The Hateful Eight more, I can't deny that Room is a better movie. The story is awesome. It's very emotional. It really takes you on a journey. You really feel for these characters, and you really, really, you feel invested. And that's what a movie should do. It's flat out amazing. Brie Larson is incredible. She won an Oscar, deservedly so. She is incredible in this movie. She's fantastic. Jacob Tremblay, who plays her son, is very, very good. You should definitely see it. Very good, very emotional. Acting is top-notch. For 2016, I'm going with Manchester by the Sea, Kenneth Lonergan's movie starring Casey Affleck and Michelle Williams. This movie might even be my favorite of the decade, if not this, then Three Billboards. It is an amazing movie. No movie has ever moved me as much as this one does. It's so emotional, so raw, so real. It just takes you, it brings you into these characters' lives. It makes you feel for them. It makes you feel like you're there with them. It's such an emotional journey. It's a roller coaster. It packs a significant punch, and then on the other foot, it's very funny at times, and you wouldn't expect that from a movie like this. It's not completely melodramatic. The drama all feels real. It feels lived in. It doesn't feel like it's soap opera or like Lifetime or anything like that. It feels real. It feels like these are real people going through real tragedy, and it's amazing. I recommend this to everyone I know. So go see it. For 2017, I'm going with Martin McDonagh's Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. One of my favorite movies of the decade, if not my favorite, and one of my all-time favorite movies. It's awesome. It really, really makes you feel things. It's really funny at times. It's really sad at others. It's really, I feel like it's an important movie. It's about justice, it's about anger, it's about hatred, it's about every important topic in the world today. It hits all of those in some way or another, and I think it's fantastic. The acting is some of the best of the decade, with Frances McDormand, Woody Harrelson, but Sam Rockwell really stealing the show, winning an Oscar in the process. This is a movie that really got me on to Sam Rockwell. I've always liked him, but this is the movie that's like, I need to see more from this guy. And I watched every Sam Rockwell movie I could find since then, and it's just amazing. He's a great actor, and he's incredible in this movie. Go see it. 2018, I'm going to go with Bradley Cooper's A Star Is Born. This movie really caught me off guard. I went into it expecting to think it was okay and kind of pleasant, and I went out of it feeling like I experienced something more and feeling like I watched a movie the way movies should be. It's surprising in so many ways. Like, who knew Bradley Cooper could sing, and who knew Lady Gaga could act? The two of them are dynamite together. They have great chemistry. They turn in great performances. The soundtrack is amazing, the script is amazing, the story is amazing. They really put some nice twists on the original A Star Is Born story, which I liked. I love A Star Is Born. I think it's great. And finally, at 2019, a year that, in my opinion, is the best year for movies ever, especially since my lifetime. Very, very good movies. I don't think I saw a bad movie in the past year. It was just incredible, like one after the other. Great stuff, especially around Oscar season. Phenomenal, phenomenal movies. And I could have easily said Jojo Rabbit or Knives Out or Joker or The Irishman, but my pick is Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think that is very good. It's an amazing story. It takes some twists and turns that you might not expect. It's a great portrait of 1960s Hollywood. It cares about its characters. It makes you invest in the characters and in the story and in the screenplay, all of which are amazing. Brad Pitt, who is easily the best part of this movie, he steals it. He steals every scene he's in, which is kind of hard to do when you're acting alongside Leonardo DiCaprio in one of his best performances to date. Just everything about this movie is great. I think it's Quentin Tarantino's best movie. I know I'll get some backlash for that, but I love this movie. Go see it. That's all I can say. Just go see it. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for my next video. Thank you.